Hello, welcome to Random as Thoughts.
where our thoughts are as random as radioactive decay. We are going scientific this time.
Welcome to episode 7 of Random as Thoughts. Our podcast is exactly what it sounds like. We indulge in honest conversation, random ideas, and unfiltered thoughts.
So, before we dive in, you can listen to our podcast while you're driving, working out, running, walking, or even during your commute.
And if you're watching us, get comfortable, grab something to eat and drink, and come hang out with us. So, what is today's topic?
So, today's topic is a big one. So, we have been seeing this trend on social media where people have been comparing their lives of 2016 and where they are now. So today we are going to jump into the same bandwagon and we are going to discuss about our personal growth as compared to 2016.
Yeah. And I don't think we remember much what happened in 2016. Like, there
Yeah,
was not major events that we could gather, but I think by the end of 2016 is what how we or when we met, right, for
exactly.
the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
time or
We
something.
didn't meet actually. We just started talking at that
Right,
time. Yeah,
yeah. So I think that was the only event that we could recollect
actually, yeah.
that was like a huge change in our life or any something. But other than that, I don't think we recollect much. So we thought at least let's look back on how we were or what were our personality traits and how it is different now, and basically what led to it. So let's get on with it.
So 2016. Where were you emotionally? Work wise. What were you doing at that time?
I was working in
Uh-huh.
2016 and it was my first company. So it was pretty chill and pretty, I mean, work wise, it was great, to be honest. But I think personally, I was not in a very good place. Not because anything major was happening, but I think um, there are many traits which now that I look back, I don't necessarily like them, and I feel like, okay, these are some things that I could have avoided, or I mean, everybody feels that, like everybody thinks, when they look back they feel or they beat themselves up thinking, um what was I doing, like what is happening, what was I thinking, etc. But yeah, I was also in the same place. There are many things that I could just go back and change, or at least, just smack my head and just say, okay, get out of it, just don't be in it, kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I was much confident,
Mhm.
um but to be honest, I was a very confident kid. Like growing up, I was very confident. I've always been um fat shamed all my life. Okay, so there were like all my childhood friends have made fun of my weight and stuff like that, but not in a serious way. And to be honest, I have never taken it very seriously. I was like, you know what, I'm so good, I look so good, like nobody can look good as me, like
Mm.
that. So it never got to my head ever.
Mhm.
As a child, I was always this chubby and this happy kid. Like I don't even remember if I've ever been self-conscious about what I'm wearing or what I'm eating or nothing of those sorts. But I think as I grew up, those insecurities did creep up,
Mhm.
and those insecurities did come up in my life, and it started making me think less of myself, which I'm not proud of, but it did happen. So I think 2016 and all those years, I think through college to before I got married, I think those years were the peak body conscious ages for me, or body conscious years for me. But yeah, that is one of the thing I would say that was my major insecurity. But
Can I pause and ask you a follow up on that?
yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay, so as a teenager,
Mm-hmm.
I had all that issues.
Yeah.
Okay, I was fat shamed, color shamed.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all that has happened.
Yeah.
As a teenager, that has happened to you as well.
Yeah.
For me, as a teenager, that was where my confidence was. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? As a teenager, you did not have that problem. That's what you're saying, right?
No,
So
no,
your
not at
teenage
all.
years came late when you started
Yeah,
working.
exactly. Like,
Okay.
because if I try to remember my teenage years or my childhood years, I don't even think I even thought about how I looked. Like,
Hmm.
to me, I was amazing. So when I am looking into the mirror, I am seeing a person who is so beautiful. So I have never had those issues, to be very honest. But it's not like I've never been teased or I've never been picked on. No, I have been picked on at like everywhere.
Hmm.
So my friends have made fun of me, my family members have made fun of me, but I was like, so what? Like, that never got into my head.
Yeah.
So I was a very confident and very happy kid. Like, I didn't care about all these stuff. But I think as college, like as I got into college and subsequently as I went into higher studies and then to start working, that is when these things came up more. Like, then you become a little conscious about what you're wearing, then and also I was in a girls school.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so bullying is pretty common. There's no ragging or anything, but bullying, yes, there was some kind of bullying. But again, I have not faced it, or I have not really even if I did, I think I don't remember it or something, because I was like, I was in my own world, very happy and very, like, I loved going to school. It was not like, okay, it's making me sad that people are making fun of me, so I don't want to go out or like that, which happens to many kids, by the way. That is very sad truth, that is for sure. But luckily I've not been one of those kids, because I was very confident. I used to take part in dance competitions and I used to do really good. I used to win prizes, and I used to take part in sports, whichever fits me or something. And I was very happy. So, but the insecurities or the things that, okay, what am I wearing? Is it, pinching my tummy? Is it like, somewhere stuck or something like that? These things came later on.
Okay.
So I think that is where the low confidence creeped in. But I think that was a very short period, and then I snapped out of it. So yeah. What about you?
I would like to, by the way, go back to my teenage years and tell my teenage myself that our notion was wrong. Girls' school is not all rivers of honey and milk. Apparently, there's
No,
bullying. Did
no.
not know that.
Yeah. I mean, things could get a little rough as well, like competition wise, or,
I mean, if I mean, we were talking about 2016, but we somehow went to teenage years.
yeah, sorry.
So no, no problem. But so continuing with that, again, like I said, fat shamed and color shamed.
Mm.
Teenage years, I actually went back to my hometown in Kerala because my father got transferred, and I got to know, okay, your vacation days are different from your living there and studying days.
Mhm.
So that change happened. It's not like, for a 2 months time you're
Mm.
going back. You're not going back. You're staying there. You're
Yeah,
here to stay.
yeah.
So before my teenage years, all the color shaming and fat shaming happened. The only person who used to get angry at that was my mother. How dare they talk about something like that? I was like, whatever at that time and all that.
Yeah.
And by the time I reached teenage years,
Hmm.
and let's just say in Kerala itself, when I used to tell my newfound friends about this, they were like, oh, you were bullied. Oh, I was like, oh, is it?
Oh, is this
That
bullying?
was bullying. Oh, I've heard of it. Never. And now that I know it's bullying, now
Mm.
when things started happening, I started feeling bad.
Yeah.
My confidence just dropped down. And now the people are like, oh, he doesn't know this is bullying, so we can bully him. And like, now I know it's bullying. Hello, guys. So yeah, teenagers were your office time
Mm.
for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, coming back to 2016, I remember work wise, at that time was the first time when I got a temporary contract. I would say that I knew what I was doing, the work, especially I had the knowledge to work,
Mm.
but looking back, I was a pushover,
Ah.
a total pushover. In the
Mm-hmm.
sense, if there is somebody in the office, let's just say higher up,
Mm-hmm.
would even swear at me in a office workplace. FYI, I'm an HR guy. I know the rules that it is not supposed to happen,
Mm-hmm.
but I was like, okay, that is for rest of the employees.
Mm-hmm.
So if that happened, I was like, okay, he's the boss. I understand and all that. For some reason, my mind was still the baby boomer employee kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then, yeah, I grew out of that, thankfully.
Mm.
Thankfully, because by the middle of the year, I got finally my dream, not dream job per se, but you know, no more third party
Yeah.
contract
Yeah.
kind of thing. And I
Mm-hmm.
got a job, and I was like, okay. And that was a company where I actually worked more,
Mm.
worked for a longer time,
Mm.
and it helped to boost my and build my confidence. I'm not going to say that my confidence level went to 100%. I'm like the king and all that. No, but it became better.
Mm.
So as in my work life was okay, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Looking back, many of the things I would go and change is like, oh my god, dude, don't be such a pushover.
But also, were you pushover in your like other than your work life? Were you also a pushover there?
I think it started from college life and all that. I was like, in my case, it was not more of a pushover. I
Mm.
did not think that I was a pushover.
Mm.
In my mind, I was like, fine, this person is being sabko khush karna hai kind of attitude.
Mm.
It took me a long time, a lot of falling down and getting up and falling down and getting up for me to realize that you cannot make everybody happy.
Mm.
Somebody is going to be disappointed at you. At the end of the day, what matters is first you be happy with yourself. You cannot make your life's motto
Mm.
of making others happy.
Yeah.
Try to make them happy, but then don't get disappointed if they're not happy. But
Yeah.
you cannot expect that I have to make everybody happy at your own expense.
Yeah, but I think we all have been culprits of this, like trying to make everyone happy and then in the process not understanding that we are not happy.
Yeah,
I
true.
think you guys also might have had that phase in your life where you personally felt that, okay, this thing is not making me feel fulfilled or content or happy in general, but I'm still doing it because someone else is very proud of me or someone else is very happy with me doing it. So I think everyone had that phase, I
Yeah,
feel.
true. I think it was more like, I mean, not their fault. When we look at our previous generation, they have been in such a way that, okay, they have to take care of their family, their
Right.
happiness, and how they work. Because I think previous generation was the generation where they actually focused on we need to give our kids comfort, our family
Right.
comfort,
Hmm.
teen time ka khana,
Yes.
chat and all that.
Yeah, the basic necessities: food,
Exactly.
clothing, and shelter.
But plus comfort.
Yeah.
But then they also were like, okay, they used to sacrifice a lot.
Yeah.
I think many of the things we learned was from them. In some cases, was enforced by them also because they knew the life was like that. So they thought this is the knowledge we have to impart the next generation. They also taught us. For example, I have been told by various parts of the family that you have to take care of your younger ones. You have to respect your elders. Nothing wrong in that, but they always showed us in such a way that sacrifice is the ultimate goal.
Yeah, but I also feel that in for their generation it was not like they had a choice. So what they felt, they had to do what they had to do. So for example, like if I have to talk about my parents, they had to take care of their siblings, so it's not a choice that they
Hmm.
had to, that was their responsibility, like being the elder children of their house. So it was not something they could choose, and that's what we saw. Maybe
Agreed.
that's what we saw, and we automatically thought this is the norm. And it's not necessary that they might have like imparted this wisdom to us, like this is what you need to
Yeah.
do. At least I was not told anything like that.
Hmm.
So but in that sense, I would say it was more kind of what we saw them doing, and
Hmm.
we thought, okay, this is what we also need to do in our life.
Hmm.
And not just with siblings or family, which we need to do it for everyone.
Hmm.
So then that becomes a little problematic,
Hmm.
because then you start losing yourself in that process,
Hmm.
and then you're more like um, thinking about everyone else's happiness and everyone else's priorities, and then you are always put behind. So this is something that I have also learned about myself. When I look back now, the 2016 self, what I would do is I would put everyone else's priorities above me.
Hmm.
If you need me, I'll be there in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
If you need me, I'll be taking your call at 3 a.m. in the morning. I don't need sleep. I'll be there for you. If And there is nothing wrong in it. Like that's a great quality to have. Like I would love to have a friend like me. That's what I always say to
Yeah.
myself. So
But honest to God.
so every time I'll always make the other person the priority,
Hmm.
and there's nothing wrong in it. Of course you should make your loved ones your priority, but the thing is, we think that we love everyone, and we end up putting like a list of people who would who for whom I can make a priority, and I can put everything aside, like my own things aside, and I can put them as a priority. But then that's not the fact.
Yeah, true.
We need to face, or we need to kind of understand the reality that not everyone deserves to be put as priority. We some like Somewhere down the line, I think somewhere as we grow, we kind of shed that, and we understand, okay, not everyone deserves that kind of attention. Let's prioritize. So when I think that was also my biggest flaw,
Hmm.
that I would always keep things aside for everyone else. I'll be there for them. I'll take up their call. I'll be like, no, you tell me and I'll be there for you. And that, I think, when I look back, I would say I should have prioritized me more, a little
Hmm.
bit more than what I did.
I mean, in the similar perspective, I think to add to what you said, the thing is, at this race of writing the list of who our loved ones are, to be prioritized, we forgot to love ourselves and remember that our name also should be there.
Yeah,
At least,
exactly.
if not at the top one, at least at the top three.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say I was very selfless.
Hmm.
That I think I learned as I grew. That um, being selfless is not the problem. Prioritizing others is not the problem. The problem is thinking that everything else about me can wait,
Yeah.
and everything else that is happening in others' life takes
Hmm.
precedence. That is the issue I want to point out. Like, I'm not saying I was a selfless person. I'm not even going to say that I sacrificed everything for everyone. No. But I think I did it for the wrong reasons.
Hmm.
I prioritized others for a wrong reason.
Hmm.
And I think that is where I needed to grow, I feel. So, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense actually. I mean, like we talk about growth, I have become an individualist now. Not counted. We are one individual, so not counting like that. I have become an individualist. I'm not saying that I have become 100% non-pushover. I still have to work on that in many cases. But looking at the age-old days, the Stone Age, I have actually grown pretty much.
Mhm.
And now the only person who gets to push over is my wife. But as individuals, I have come to believe that your happiness matters.
Yes, it does.
Your loved ones will need you. You should help them. That is for sure. But always, like I said earlier, do not forget to add yourself on that list as well. You are, if you do not love yourself, then you cannot take care of the others, of the people you love as well.
Yeah. I think that's one motto or one thing that I definitely stick by.
Mhm.
If you can't love yourself, if you can't respect yourself, no one else will.
True.
No one else will, and nobody else is obligated to. It's always first priority, or first things are always and always to take care of yourself first so that you can take care of
Mm.
others. Always, this is a very commonly used example. In aircrafts, they ask you to first put on your mask
Yeah.
before putting on others mask. That's like a best example, because in a
True.
life or death situation, even then, first choose yourself
Yeah.
and then you help others. That's what they say. If you yourself are in no state to help others, then what is the point?
Exactly. Yeah. On a lighter note,
Mhm.
Justin Bieber's song "Love Yourself."
Yeah.
For a long time, I thought, oh, he's actually telling her to love herself. So nice. Took me a long time for the hidden meaning to be understood. I
Wow.
think you only told me this is what he means. I'm like, oh, I thought he's being such a sweet person. Don't worry, you have to love yourself first.
Really, the other part of the lyrics did not give it
I was
away.
like, yeah, my mama don't love you. She loves everyone. Don't mind about that, but you should love yourself. I was thinking of that as well. I'm like, I went deep.
Stay motivated, love yourself.
I know that's where my optimism comes from.
Yeah. But yeah, I want to ask that. So, as a person, I know that you're very optimistic. You always find the good in a bad situation. So, how did that develop? Like, was it something you developed as a coping mechanism, or do you think that over the years you kind of developed this persona that, okay, even in bad things I can survive, or I can, these things will pass and I can still survive?
I really do think it was more of a coping mechanism,
Hmm.
but then I'm not saying that it is still a coping mechanism. And I always thought, okay, there's always good in people, at least 99% of the people. I was always led to believe that. And I was like, okay, let's give the benefit of doubt. My issue was I used to give them a lot of benefits of doubts.
Mm-hmm.
That was the problem.
Mm-hmm.
In many cases, I was more like I trusted the person in front, not trusted, I was optimistic about the person in front of me than about myself. I might not be able to grow, I might not be able to, that kind of a pessimism.
Mm-hmm.
And that has happened over the years, growing up, this, that happening. Many of the things have happened in my life that has led to it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what kind of pressures it was, maybe peer pressure or any kind of pressure we can say, what that led to it. But for some reason, I still did not lose, how do you say it, lose faith in mankind kind of thing. But then now when even let's just go with the comparison, then I'm still an optimistic person, but I'm optimistic about myself,
Mm-hmm.
us, and I don't give too many benefit of doubts to people. I'm more like, now I'm more like, you don't have to be optimistic about the bad things in life. Be optimistic about the good things that you can achieve. Yes, I am also a realist where, okay, it's not going to be happening. That I'm so optimistic that tomorrow, next year I'm going to be an astronaut. Be a realist as well.
Mm-hmm.
So walk on the ground and be optimistic. That's a good thing as well. So that's how I turned and diverted my thought. And I'm also a person who believes that okay, it will happen. If it doesn't happen, there is another way to it.
Yeah,
That
but
kind of
I
thing.
think you still give a lot of benefit of doubt to the wrong people.
No, I'm not saying it is zero. Again, it's growth is an ever
Mm,
happening thing.
yeah.
Change is the only constant in the world,
Mm,
in the universe to be exact. So I'm not saying that I have grown and my growth is done. Still doing it, still learning. I still have a long way to go.
yeah.
But I know for a fact And I believe for a fact that I'm not that person who I was, that I'm now.
Yeah, I mean, I think many of us will relate to that,
Yeah.
right? Many of us are not the people who we were 10 years ago. And that has to do with many things, with our life experiences, with the ever growing knowledge, or um, with the people we meet and everything. So, and that is supposed to happen. Like, you are supposed to grow.
Hmm.
That is why life gives you so many opportunities, and so many situations that you come across, and you deal with those situations, and you learn something new, and you're supposed to grow, you're supposed to change.
Hmm.
So if you don't change, then that's a issue, right?
Yeah.
So I think many of our viewers as well would relate to that, as change being the only constant.
Hmm. So, what about beliefs? I'm talking about personal beliefs, about what's going on in the world, what you think about yourself, or how the world works, kind of thing.
I don't think I was a worldly person. To be very honest, I was a person who was in my own world.
Hmm.
Could sound very self-obsessed, but not in a good way. It was, I was very oblivious to what is happening around me. And it's funny when I think about it, when I think about how I was in my own world, very happy in my world, dancing around, love to go to school. I hated going to tuitions and classes, but school I loved.
Cannot
So
relate.
yeah, so I don't know. So I was not a very worldly person. I was not bothered about what is going on in the world.
I think it was more like Rahul Dua's line, right? Mera papita meetha nikle.
Yeah, मैं तो खुश हूँ. So I was that kind of person. So you could, I mean, that's not such a good thing to admit, but yeah, it was.
Sorry to interject.
Mhm.
When I say beliefs, you can also add the belief that where you have heard from people around you,
Mm.
यही होता है, ऐसा ही होता है, and you believed it because, well, you're like, हाँ ठीक है, maybe होता ही होगा, kind of thing.
That's what I said. Like, I don't remember anything of
Okay,
those sorts
okay, okay.
which happened, because I was like, I think I made my own rules, my own beliefs, and I was like, let's stick to
Ouch,
this.
ouch.
Let's just go with the flow. Yeah, I mean, it's very, now when I think about it, I was so carefree and so, like, chill as a child, that I don't even think that I had those beliefs. But one thing what I can think of is, it's not a belief,
Mhm.
or it's a lack of knowledge, I would say. uh was basically about LGBTQ.
Mm.
So the lack of knowledge about homosexuality. So I used to think
Mm.
it as being not natural.
Mm.
It was upon me as well to, understand these stuff, but I didn't really. Clearly, as I was talking about my bubble,
Mm.
so in my bubble, this did not exist. And that is something, now when I look back, I feel a little, a lame, a little bit. But lame in the sense, the lack of knowledge is lame. I grew up with social media,
Mhm.
internet, and stuff, so I had opportunities to learn about it. And I had opportunities to gain insights about it, but I didn't really bother to do that. So that is something I would say was something that has totally changed now. um
I think at that topic, if I would say, because one of the things, especially when you learn something new, when people are actually forcing you to learn that, you do not reciprocate. But when people are discussing with you, देखो ऐसा है, this and all that, you actually reciprocate and you are open to learn. I think the same case it happened. That's the same way that happened to you as well.
I mean, even if they did kind of try to teach me or try to show me, that's what I said, I was not that bothered
Hmm.
about knowing these kind of stuff. And um, to be honest, it is also a little bit looked down upon. It's not fair to say that it's always looked down upon, but Sometimes it is. There in my company itself, there were many people who actually spread knowledge about LGBTQ and why is it important to support them and show our support, etc. To me, it was like, what happens in your bedroom, that's none of my business. That's your choice. Do whatever you want. But why it is important to support and show your support, basically, there is where I faced people who would, like, who were like, what are you talking about? You don't know what is LGBTQ, you don't know how this works, you don't think that you should support. Okay, teach. No one wants to do that, or everyone just wants to show that, oh, I know about it, how come you don't know about it? Okay, I don't know about it, share the knowledge. Because I remember, one of my colleague, he actually sat me down and he actually explained it to me in a very calming and very sane, sane perspective, that it's okay if you don't understand it right now, but think about it, think why this is important you know and I openly expressed, like, I don't feel this is natural, and he was like, yes, but think in this way. And he actually showed me a different perspective, rather than, oh, you don't know about it, you should know about it, how dare you don't know about it. This is not the way to include. If you want to be if you want to feel included, or if you want people to be included in that cause, this is not the way.
True.
So I will never forget that colleague who actually sat me down, and he was so calm, and he was like, he was not judging or anything. He was like, it's okay. Many people don't know about it. Many people don't understand it, and that is fine. As long as you don't disrespect those people, it is fine. To me, it was like, as a human being, I don't have to care about other people's sexuality. That's your business. To me, I- all that matters is that person is a human being. I just need to be respectful of them. Treat them respectfully, treat them as I would treat anyone. I don't have to know what your sexuality is to be treated properly. That is where I came from. That is where I thought I had those my perspective was, basically.
Okay. So yeah,
I
so
mean, I still feel that every human being should be respected
agreed.
and
Yeah.
treated in a very good way. But what changed is, um, the perspective of it not being natural or whatever. What are your beliefs, or what are your thoughts, or something that has changed over the years? Or what did you think at that time? That is the question, basically.
चलो बुक निकालो लिस्ट लिख के दिखाता हूँ. A lot,
Mhm.
especially so many lies that I've been told by my mom, just so that and that's not the worst part is not that they were lies and I believed them, because when I was a kid, your parents do tell stuff and all that. It's that I believed them even when I was a grown up. For example,
Mm.
I was a kid, at times, when my leg used to pain a lot. I don't know why.
No, it is. I think when you're growing up, your bones also grow.
Yeah, that's the thing. At that time, nobody told me.
Yeah.
And my parents also like, okay, whatever it is.
Mhm.
My mom was like, this means you're feeling sleepy. Go to sleep. Usually at night. So it means you're feeling sleepy. And I believed that until, well, let's just say we already got married after. Yeah.
Yes.
And fun fact was, it was not that she told me. It was more like when she told me that her leg is paining, and I said it out loud. And I was like, oh my God, what am I saying?
I was like, I think my leg is paining. I don't know why. And he was like, yeah, you might be feeling sleepy. And I was like, what? What does that even mean? And he was like, yeah, now that I say it out loud, it doesn't make sense.
So many things, like, at times your parents try to fool you. If you are really sleeping, your hand goes up, it's in the
Yeah,
air.
that my dad also used to do. Like, my mom and dad used to do that. I used to sleep on a divan, like a single bed kind of thing,
Hmm.
and it used to be like Sunday evenings. So they're trying to wake me up. Okay, Kirti, wake up, wake up, wake up. And I'm like, no, I'm still sleepy and I'm just doing. But I'm actually awake, but I don't want to wake up, something like that. So my dad would be like, yeah, but people who are very, very deep in sleep, their hands will go up or their legs will go up or something. And I'll put my legs up. And then my dad is like, get up now.
In my case, the same thing happened. Parents told me, and I did this, and I was like, "How did you know I was not sleeping?" I was like, "Because you did what I said. You heard it." My mind was, "I heard it. That's why I did it." Okay, but in reality, if I was in deep sleep, I would have actually done that even them without saying it. For a long time, I believed that. Now, when you sleep, your hand must go up in the air. Because at times I used to feel, when I wake up, my hand starts to hurt.
Mm,
Then I got to know that was because I was sleeping on my hand,
yeah.
not because it was all in the air for a long time.
Oh my god.
So it's a list. So
Mm.
let's just end that part about the childhood things and then etc. Not end of thinking capacity, but way too many. Oh yeah, I was also told that I was adopted from a fisherman's house
Okay.
family, and my name is not actually not my name, and I believed it. I was crying. I was ready to pack up my bags and leave the house. I was in second standard, by the way, guys. Pack up my bags and leave. I'd at that time my mom packed my bags for me. My school bag I'm talking about, not even the suitcase. My school bag. So I was ready to pack and I was crying. I believed it totally. My
Mm.
sister on the other hand, she was like, take it, kind of thing. At the same age. Take it. I believed it. I believed for a long time. And when I tell her this, she's like, how could you even believe that? Because apparently I'm a carbon copy of my wife, of my mom. Sorry,
What
I,
are you
sorry.
saying?
Apparently I'm a carbon copy of my mom.
It's not just me. Everyone says that.
Yeah, in my mind was when I was a kid, when people were saying, you look like your mom, it's not true and all that. And I grew up watching Doordarshan serials
Hmm.
where people got plastic surgeries. My parents are telling me we got a plastic surgeon so that you look like your mom. I believe that too. I mean, I did not know what a plastic surgery was. What do you expect from a kid?
Well, not this.
I'm a believer.
Okay.
Yeah, but then yeah, there are many things like So growing up, schooling and college and all, let's just say political leanings. I was a communist, a hardcore leftist.
Really?
Yeah, social justice warrior. The rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. How can that happen? That should not have happened. Because I saw a book in my dad's bookshelf. It was a manifesto of the Communist Party. He was not a leftist.
Mm.
He just had the book.
Mm.
I read it. I was like, oh my god, this makes so much sense. Workers of the world unite, kind of thing. I'm like, oh my god, this is the student. And when we moved to Gujarat for my first year for my graduation, I was so disappointed. And oh my god, the Students Federation of India is not in this city. What do I do? So I joined the closest thing, NSUI, and then I started opening my mind. Okay, there are other perspectives also. Okay, this is very stupid. What was I believing in? What was wrong with me? That kind of thing.
Mm.
So political leanings are something different. It's not something for this conversation. But then I'm not that hardcore. I'm not that leftist anymore. I'm more like, social welfare is important in a country like India, but then at the end of the day, profit maximization, etc., and profit growth and economic growth is also important. Capitalization is important. So yeah, those kind of things have changed, and I started reading a lot. I mean, I was reading earlier as well, but it was limited to fictions and all that. But then I started reading more non-fictions and all that about things in the world, newspapers. I still that have the habit where I wake up first. We don't get newspapers here, but then the first thing is mobile Google News. Okay, what happened in the world? So that just stuck to me.
Mm.
The homosexuality part and all that, I did not understand the unnatural natural thing, but then when I got to know about, especially in the news and all that, I got to know, oh, this thing exists.
Mm.
I did not know. Let me read about it. Let me know about it, what it is.
Mm.
And that is still in college, by the way. It's still in graduation. My growth happened, that kind of growth happened in graduation itself.
Mm.
I was like, oh, this is a new perspective. Let me understand and all that. And I started reading this about homosexuality. Oh, this also the thing happens. Okay. Okay. And I started learning about it. I am not going to say that I have learned everything, but yeah, that belief and also the belief system and all, it actually became better.
Mm.
So many of these things actually help me grow. Religious beliefs, I shall not be bring out here. So you know it. The world shall not know as of now. So yeah, that also happened. And between, I wanted to convert to Buddhism.
Buddhism.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the reason. It looks cool, man. Come on, why not? Again, kid. What
Mm.
about you? Anything?
One thing I would say, which I'm still in the learning phase, but I was far worse in 2016 or 10 years back, is oversharing.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm still learning not to overshare, but at least now it is much more under control. But before, it would be like I'm meeting this person for the first time and they would know my life history. Okay. And it doesn't have to be like that, which took a lot of time for me to learn. But I'm still not there where I would like me to be, but I'm getting there. So this is also something that I'm like, now when I think or look back, I'm like, ooh, why did I say that? Like, why did I share it with them? Or why would I talk like that? Something like that. So yeah.
And funnily, it's coming from a person who has a starting trouble to talk to a new person.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, day one, I have a starting trouble to talk to you. Day two, chalo atit ka pitara kholte hain.
Yeah, but I think that is also one of the reason, because I have starting trouble, I
Mm-hmm.
get nervous
Mm-hmm.
as to what to talk about, like what are the topics that I can talk about. So then I don't find any, or I can't think of anything else other than my life. So then I start blabbering about my life. So that nervousness is what I'm talking about. The nervousness to start, that itself is the problem, guys. you know
Do what I do. Look for the person who is into politics and engage with them in the political
you are
discussion.
also an oversharer.
Yeah, agreed.
So you are not the one who should give me advice. You are worse than
I
me.
thought you forgot.
No, I did. I have to stop him from oversharing. Like he even now he does that. He'll
Yeah.
just start talking. I'll be like, stop it right now. And he'll be like, oh yeah, yeah. What? Why are you pinching me? Have you seen that reel where a wife is texting her husband saying that, okay, let's leave this party, and the guy is like, why are you texting me from there? Why are you asking to leave the party? Why are you getting bored? And this that, and she's
I
like,
think the line was,
you are dead to me.
let's leave the party and dish these fools.
Yeah, something like that. That's what happens.
Yeah, she never says dish these fools, but
The rest.
yeah. So I think that's that for today.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So I think we have covered most of the things that we could think of
Yeah.
that held us back in 2016 or 10 years back. Let's
Hmm.
put it like that, 10 years back. And in the next episode, we plan to talk about some of the instances that was turning points for us, or um, some instances that made us grow into the person that we are today, that we are going to cover in the next episode. So stay tuned for that. So thank you for staying with us till the end. And thank you for watching the video. That's it for today. And if you have not already subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe and give a big fat thumbs up to this video. We'll see you in the next episode on next Wednesday. Until then,
Bye bye.
bye. Random as Thoughts is a podcast on Kaleidopinwheel created by Keerthy and Govind.
We release new episodes every Wednesday.
If this episode made you feel seen, share it with someone who might relate.
And subscribe if you'd like to hear more. It's a small click for you, a big win for us.
See you next Wednesday.